Thank you. So my name is Alex, and I will talk about what JLL does in the area of circular cities. Um, so I think it's fair to say that when we imagine a city, the first thing that comes to mind is a dense cluster of buildings. And you might have realized that quite a lot of speakers today spoke about buildings, and this presentation will be not much different to that. To show you how important the construction and commercial property sectors are, here are some stats. So they are responsible for 40% of global energy use. Every year they use 3 billion tons of raw materials. And in the UK, they are the largest contributor to waste, being responsible for almost 2/3 of all waste generated. And at JLL, a company that deals with all aspects of real estate on a daily basis, we feel like we've got a great opportunity to influence these resource-hungry sectors at a scale. So we've got a high-level public commitment that by 2020, we will support the UK's transition to a circular economy through what we do. And this transition will not only require rethinking resources and their value, but also thinking about how the existing supply chain can adapt and innovate, and what new skills, new jobs will be required. So we've started adapting ourselves. Our biggest impact comes through influencing our clients. So as you can see on this slide, we manage a lot of buildings and we advise on a lot of refurbishment and construction projects. So we've started embedding circular principles into the advice we give. So we do it in two ways. First of all, from bottom up, so spotting opportunities on the ground when we are there managing the properties, managing projects, designing and building fit-outs. We are just trying to spot where the opportunities lie there. But also we have a top-down approach when we take a step back and we work with the client to paint a big picture and find out where they want to be, and then develop business-wide circular strategies. We also aspire to adopt a circular economy ourselves, and Bridget's talk was really inspiring, and it's a great example of what a business can do. So we've tested a handful of solutions ourselves, such as compostable cups and cutlery, turning our coffee grounds into biofuel, or repurposing our IT waste. But this is just the beginning. We are very early on in our journey. And we're planning to move offices in a couple of years. So this is the perfect moment to bring about change. And we've already started working on how to embed the circular principles into every element of the new office, from its development to the fit-out to day-to-day operations. We are also, we're also a part of the BITC's Circular Economy Task Force. So BITC is a non-profit organization that focuses on responsible business. It's called Business in the Community. And the task force was set up to turn all that theory behind circular economy into action through raising awareness and inspiring, through working with government on policy, and through leading on the Circular Office Initiative. So this initiative was launched in July 2017, and it was open to everybody. And all it asked of its participants was to take at least one circular action in the office and then to report back. Simple as that. And then after a year, BITC wanted to collect those case studies and use them to inspire even more businesses to take action. So a year on from that, in July 2018, JLL and BITC teamed up to develop the Circular Office Guides. It's a document that's available to everyone online. You can also pick up a copy in the Circular Office stand just behind the stage. And this guide provides advice on what steps to take, thank you, and what questions to ask on the journey towards the circular office. And it's got lots of stories from companies that had taken the leap, and businesses who show through their experience that everybody can and should play a part in a circular economy. And PwC's case study is also there, worth having a look. So you might want to ask why we decided to focus on the office. Well, we thought it was a very sensible place to start because, as Bridget mentioned as well, almost every organization has an office, so it's really relatable. And everybody can do something regardless of what the business actually does. In addition, an office is an environment that hosts a lot of different resources. So it's the perfect environment for collaboration and for making a difference at a larger scale. And a circular office requires life cycle thinking. So this diagram here is taken from the Circular Office Guide, and it shows that a circular office starts with thoughtful design, continues all the way through operations, so thinking about how you procure, use, and dispose of materials and products, and goes all the way to end of life when an office can be disassembled and repurposed. So just making changes to your own office can have wide-ranging impacts. Now, how can a circular office create wealth and employment in circular cities? First of all, being resource efficient and decreasing your demand for raw materials dramatically reduces costs and environmental impacts, and these are the obvious wins. But also, careful planning can help turn what now you treat as waste into an additional revenue stream. There are plenty of examples, such as online marketplace platforms where you can list anything from your surplus building materials to furniture to stationery for any potential buyers. A circular office has also a great potential to create social value, and sometimes this element is overlooked, but yeah, there's so much potential there. Through, for example, creating more jobs and better quality jobs locally. Circular businesses very often give employment opportunities to disadvantaged social groups as well. And just reducing costs and improving the bottom line for charities and social enterprises allows them to dedicate more resources to the actual activities. Then, as I mentioned a couple of times before, a circular office requires collaboration. And it's a great engagement tool. So working together towards an important goal helps build relationships with your staff, with your suppliers, with your customers, but also with the wider community. And some other ways in which circular office can create wealth is improved reputation, so showing that you are a responsible business, but also resilience and being prepared for changes in resource availability, in resource prices, but also changing market needs and new ways of working. And also, the circular office can be just the first step to transforming your own business model. This is something that we are exploring at the moment, and this can be the first step to changing the products or services that you offer yourself. But although we think that the office is really important and it's a great place to start, JLL and BITC want to reach much further than that. So a few months ago, BITC launched a new program called Waste to Wealth. And the champions of the program, of which JLL are one, committed to set meaningful targets, to collaborate within the industry and beyond, so across industries, to improve UK's resource productivity, and to report back annually on progress, on successes and lessons learned. So this commitment will shape JLL's focus for the coming months and years. And I would like to leave you with something that Prince Charles said when the Waste to Wealth program was launched. He said, "The small steps we have taken towards a circular economy will need to become giant strides if we are to achieve the required changes before time runs out." And at JLL, we really recognize the urgency of the issue, and we are committed to pushing the property sector, including ourselves, to dramatically speed up the pace of change. Thank you very much.